Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HaLacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it is for Thursday, 5th of July, 22nd day of Tamuz. Here we go. Okay, we were discussing the laws about making a siyum in the middle of the 9 days and finishing like a Masechta of Gemara and inviting people and having them all eat meat, and that is allowed. But in the Shavua Shechal Bo Tisha B'Av, in the week in which Tisha B'Av actually falls, let's say Tisha B'Av is on a Wednesday, so the more serious time is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So during that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's called the Shavua Shechal Bo Tisha B'Av, the week in which Tisha B'Av falls. Then the Siyam should be limited to just the Messiah, the person who is finishing the Masechta, a minyan of 10 people, and plus you could add on to that relatives and those who were assisting with the meal. That's during the Shavua Shechal Bo Tisha B'Av, the week of Tisha B'Av. In a minute, we're going to discuss how that affects this year. Okay, now if the Messiah, the person who's finishing the Masechta, is in a camp or a yeshiva, and the whole camp and yeshiva usually eats together with him at the camp dining room, so they could all join in the siyum because they are the usual people who eat with that Messiah, and that's even during the Shvua, the week of Tisha B'Av. That's what Rabbi Eider heard personally from Rav Moshe Feinstein. Zatzal. Now this year it's interesting because Tisha B'Av is actually landing numerically on Shabbos, and we're going to be observing it on Sunday. So is the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the week before Tisha B'Av called the week of Tisha B'Av? Guess what? Some say yes, some say no. So there are those who are lenient and say this year there pretty much isn't a Shavua Shechal Bo Tisha B'Av, a week of Tisha B'Av, because that week before is the more lenient laws of the 9 days. It doesn't have that ramped up strictness of the week of Tisha B'Av. The Shabbos right before is Shabbos, and you can eat your meat and wine then, and the Sunday is the fast day, and you're definitely trying to fast then. Now, it is better to be at the siyum and to actually hear the siyum. That's the best way to do it if you want to join in and eat meat with everybody at the siyum. But it appears that even if you came a little bit late and they were already eating, it seems that you could join in with the siyum. But if somebody's making a siyum and some guy says, I can't make it there, just send me a part of the deli platter over to my house and I'll eat it at my house, that's not acceptable. You aren't part of the siyum, you can't have meat. And lastly, there's that trick that some restaurants do, some meat restaurants, and you'll have to check with your rabbi whether it's appropriate or not. It seems a little shaky, and that's where they invite a person to make a siyum at their restaurant, like at 6 o'clock at night. He says his siyum, and there's a small minyan there with him, and everybody of that 10, 11, 12 people all eat meat because they were part of the siyum. That's legit. But then the rest of the evening, the restaurant stays open and serves customers at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock and says, this is all part of tonight's siyum. That seems like a stretch, right? So if you are hearing about somebody inviting you to something like that and wondering whether you could eat meat at 9 o'clock that night when the siyum happened at the restaurant at 6, better check with your rabbi. It's considered a little shaky to do that. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.